please don't try to play us.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And our coverage tonight will be...
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And it's been home cooking for the Kings in the midst of a homestand here in Sacramento. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. They controlled everything in both games last year, going 2-0.
And one of the few bright spots of their last season was sweeping the season series in this matchup.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Vucevic. Kyrie Irving is out there with Buddy Hield. And it's Justice Winslow. And it's Ibaka in at the four-man position. Smitty, in the early part of the schedule, teams with good continuity tend to have an edge. Some teams can't form any continuity at any time, early or late in the season.
We love those teams, and sometimes we evaluate too much by talent. And yes, talent can take you over the hump and get you a championship or get you into the playoffs. But when you have that team that's been together, when there's 80-90% of the guys returning, you know this team can get off to a good start. And then also, they usually can sustain throughout the entire year.
Pass to Dudley from downtown. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. Chicago with the ball. Hield left side. Pass to Irving. Back to Hield for three. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
The drive by Rondo. Can't hit that one. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. The pass to Irving. Sacramento with the rebound. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Brewer kicks to Rondo. No good on the three. The Bulls have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
With Rajon Rondo, you have to admire his creativity on the floor. Just sees the game in court in ways others don't. When he's focused, he can take over a game with his ball movement.
Now here is Carter after the miss from Buddy Hield. Rondo gets the bucket.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Irving finds Vucevic. Back to Irving. Tries again. He lays it in. Irving's got his first bucket in this one.
Second chance opportunities, the great equalizer.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Randolph can't hit.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Hield the pass to Irving. Counted his second make in 4 attempts.
Sometimes I think Kyrie likes to get contact, probably because he can still finish through it.
Rondo kicks it up. Carter outside. Irving against Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. Tries a three. He doesn't hit that one. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
Well, this whole period for him, it's been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
And what it looks like now, guys, their confidence is growing, and so is this lead.
But they can't just sit back and enjoy it. They need to keep up the momentum.
He kicks it to Randolph. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, over the years, Zach Randolph has proven to be the perfect leader. He commands respect, and he gets it from his teammates.
And Zach Randolph drops them both.
That's a huge advantage, having a big guy who can shoot free throws like this.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A look at the field. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter. That's what's given them the advantage.
Control the boards, and you control the flow of the game.
Rajon Rondo is out there with Carter. Then there's Jared Dudley. Then it's Zach Randolph. And it's Brewer in at the small forward spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Back to Rondo. Passes it to Carter. To the inside. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Dudley.
I like to see that. Taking it up strong in traffic.
Irving against Rondo. Kept alive and slam dunk by Vucevic.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Sheer hustle and will out there. He wanted the ball more, and he went up and got it with some style.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, Kevin, a ton of tension in that one. The fans were kind of on the edge of their seat right up until the end. And I tell you what, those are the kinds of games you love to be a part of, but man, do you hate to lose.
And Vince Carter with the slam.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
Hield finds Vucevic. Back to Hield. To the middle. Brewer with the rebound.
The defender didn't block that dunk, but he changed it, and that's as good as a block.
Steve, last season, even with Robin Lopez playing 64 games, the Bulls were dead last in block shots.
Yeah, Robin averaged less than 1 block a game for the first time in 6 years. What's really sad about that, he still led the team.
Hield with the bucket.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Irving against Rondo. Outside Randolph. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
In addition to being a bruiser down low, Zach Randolph has a nice jump shot.
Irving looking over the floor. Kicks it to Vucevic. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Winslow against Carter. Lets the 3 fly. Winslow's shot is off. The Kings trail by 6. Puts up a 3. And it's Carter missing. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Nice shot by Rondo.
What passion from Rondo on that drive. Just relentless on how he takes it straight to the defense.
Outside Irving. Pass to Hield. With the teardrop, here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Carter, that's good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Irving. 23 points for him the last game against Phoenix.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
Goes up from the top of the key.
Really admire the hustle of Rondo on.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They have the 6-point lead. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, I like their effort on the boards because a game could come down to just a few key possessions, and extra rebounds can give you those extra possessions if you.
And
a lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, they've got Hield. Vucevic is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Winslow in at the 3. Hield outside. Shot from the wing. And no good. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Carter kicks to Rondo. Over to the left wing. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to Brewer. Over in the corner, Dudley. Now the pass to Carter. From beyond the arc. Kept alive by Sacramento. From outside the arc. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight.
You know, coming out of the half, you want to set the tone for the rest of the game. But going 1 for 4 is the wrong way to do it.
Steve, now that you've had a little time away from the game as a player, what are some of the things you notice now that maybe you didn't notice when you were playing before?
Well, I think right now the emphasis on nutrition. Kevin, I did not take that serious. I thought I could eat whatever I wanted to. And I think also right now I look and love what is going on technology-wise as far as guys being able to use technology to help their game and to enhance their game.
Rondo on top. Vucevic defending. Rondo gets the bucket.
What marvelous handles by Rondo, really pulling the carpet out from the defense.
The Bulls leading by 5. Outside Irving. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
You like the aggressiveness, pushing all the right buttons. He has this team rolling.
Irving against Rondo. Softly drops in the floater. Rondo's got 12 in the game.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Rondo against Irving. Hield outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Vucevic. Randolph grabs the board.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
Brewer. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Irving against Rondo. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Passes to Winslow. Off target from outside. And it's Randolph with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Here's Dudley. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's Winslow. The 3. Drills it from outside. Winslow's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, you know, defensively, that's what they're trying to do to Winslow, turn him into a jump shooter, and he made them pay.
Rondo kicks to Randolph. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Vucevic. The Kings shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And so it's Chicago with a 6-point lead. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Rajon Rondo. Brewer is out there with Jared Dudley. And there's Carter. And it's Randolph in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Irving against Rondo. A floater. Vucevic with the block. Inside. Brewer with the steal. And it's Rondo penetrating. Banked in off the glass.
Rondo's showing he can be effective as a scorer. He is being patient, and he's feeling it.
Winslow, the pass to Irving. Over Rondo. Brewer grabs the board. Brewer's got his 4th rebound in this one. Right side, Rondo. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Irving against Rondo. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
The shiftiness of Kyrie earns him a trip to the stripe.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
Rondo finds Randolph, shoots over Vucevic, and with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Randolph.
And Randolph's skill in knocking down the mid-range jump shot is important to this team. Helps to have a big man with a jumper.
It's deflected. Here's Vucevic. It's hauled in by the Kings. Randolph's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. To the middle. And it's Winslow that time on the assist by Heels.
Making things happen in close. That's where Winslow is most comfortable scoring the basketball.
Randolph against Vucevic. 13 feet away. Randolph can't hit. Chicago leading by 6. The 17-footer. Randolph grabs the board. Randolph's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Carter dishes to Rondo. Pass to Winslow. Makes it off the glass.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're behind by 8. There's 1:26 left in the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen to Dave Yeager's huddle with his team. He said, fellas, I know you're tired, but you can't coast now. You've got to go harder. This game is in sight. You got to power through and get it. Words from a champion. Back to you.
Thank you, David. So it's Sacramento. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Sacramento Kings. 8-point game. Nice shot by Randolph.
When the game is on the line, Zach Randolph is a terrific option to go to. He's at ease taking the big shot.
Hield kicks to Irving. .35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 5 on the clock. There's Winslow. Offline with his 3. So it's Sacramento. They trail by 6. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
He can be masterful in there, especially when there's no rim protection.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Gets the first. That puts them up by 5.
I mean, it's so impressive. Kyrie's scoring ability. Terrific shot maker. Obviously gets to the line. Converts at a high rate.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
They need to work on getting a clean, quality look from the perimeter here. That should be their focus.
And he commits the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. 9 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Cunningham kicks to Brown. Shoots it up. And good. He nails it. And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith.
You know I come from a city of sorrow, man.